Hello everybody and a warm welcome. I'm just kneading up some clay here on the workbench. This here is a mixture of reclaimed clay that I've taken out of the bucket under the table here, and I've just put it here on the top. It's a little bit of a mixture, some of it's hard and some of it's a bit soft. So you just have to kind of mix and match a little bit, and I just cut off with the wire what I need, and I'm just in the process now of kneading up to make a couple of lamp bases. So kneading the clay, putting my body weight into it. Sometimes you'll find when you're kneading, or when you are preparing clay to knead or wedge, and I like to differentiate between kneading and wedging. Here in North America everybody seems to call it wedging, but sometimes you'll find that when you're doing what I'm doing now, you'll come across some harder lumps in the clay, and it doesn't seem that the kneading is really getting rid of them. So that's when, let's just bring the camera in here very quickly, so just a little bit of detail so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm now going to do what I call wedging. So, which is basically cutting, lifting up, turning over, smacking down like this. It helps if you don't have a work surface like this one, which is like a trampoline, so everything on the table is going crazy, dancing a little dance. Anyway, I just need to just do this a few times, and that it does help to, if there are any harder lumps, it helps to break them up and help them to blend in with the other clay, which is softer. So you get generally, of course, when we're throwing pots, we don't want to have clay that is inconsistent. So this is to get consistency. So I'm back to kneading again now, spiral kneading, and like all the other wedging, doesn't really matter, does it? It's only words. So long as the end result is nice clay in a good throwable condition, that's what really matters. So now I've got to weigh these up. I'm just going to get my triple beam balance. So just finishing off the wedging, you see I can't even do it right, the kneading here. I kind of roll it into a cone like that, and then I'm going to get my balance here. Are we still in the picture? Yeah, more or less. Okay. So I've got a weight here of 1 kilogram, which is 2.2 pounds. That's going on the end there, and then that's 3 there, 300. So I want 1.3. A bit much. Remember, when you add clay, say smaller bits of clay to a larger lump of clay, make sure that you don't trap air in the process. Otherwise all your wedging or kneading will be in vain. That'll do. Okay, these little lumps, you see, I'm going to be a bit careful here how I join them together. And then join that to the main lump like that. Okay. Just thought I'd mention that, you know, it's just these little things, but it's the little things that seem to make up the big picture, isn't it? I'll put that back on the pile there, because I'm just making a couple. So let's just get over here on the wheel, get ourselves organised. I'm throwing here today on this Shimpo wheel, not the one I usually use, but one that's perfectly okay. It's one of these, I don't know what they call them. Just adjust this tripod at the moment. Yeah. Okay. See if we can get in there just a bit closer. So I'll try and talk us through this as we go. First of all, I should show you, I suppose, what I'm about to make, or what I'm going to try to make. I'm going to try to make one of these. This is a lamp base. I suppose it's about, I don't know, 11 inches tall, something like that. That's what I made a little while ago, a couple of days ago. So I just wish I could just get this tripod down a bit. Oops, here we go. Hey. Right, let's see if we can make another one of those. So this is sort of slightly more old-fashioned wheel than the other ones I've been using, the other Shimpo Whispers, which have got a very sensitive foot control. 1 minute you're going too slow, the next minute you're going too fast. This is just a little bit more simplistic in its speed control, which I kind of prefer in a way. So anyway, just having a look at our tools, what we got here: leather, sponge on a stick, yes, my other stick. Just cleaning them off because I have to have them clean before we use them. So let's go. So I'm coating up the clay, bringing it up. And now pushing back down into itself, which helps to render the clay more responsive. Okay, now we're going to go down. Now, of course, being a lamp base, it isn't going to be trimmed, but I need to leave here at least probably something like 3/8 of an inch or something like that. Coning it in, you see. That's a good move, that is. Okay, now bringing the clay up into the cone. If you can remember to do this when you throw, especially when you're throwing tall forms, you always keep them in at the top with this kind of conical shape. You'll find it makes a difference. At least it does for me. My head's not in the way. Okay, I've got to bring up this clay now. Notice my hand posture, thumbs joined. Lifting up the collar of clay. Beautiful. Seems I needed the clay. Well, you soon find out if you don't have needed the clay, don't you? Whoops. you think? So, okay. Now, as it happens, this is a conical shape anyway. This lamp base. I think it's a rather nice shape for a lamp base. Just put that next to it there just to get some idea of what we're about. You see, you can see the form, the progression of the shape coming. Don't let it get out at the top. Always keep it in. There's a shoulder here though, you see. But I haven't finished yet. I need to get down there a bit more. I think I've got to. And watering the pot all over, okay? Make sure that water is spread everywhere. We don't want one single whoopsie. You know what happened then? My finger then caught in the bottom of the pot. Dug in and threw my hand up against the side here. Never mind. These things do happen. Okay, one more last. Curve there. Okay, let's get in down there with the sponge. What we've got to do is I've got to bring him in now at the top here. You know, when you bring a pot in at the top, when you're doing what I'm doing now, collaring it in, it gets thicker, doesn't it? The clay here, because the clay has to compress in on itself, so it gets thicker. So what you have to do is you collar, and then you have to, and then lift up the extra thickness. You see, very high tech stuff. So collaring. I mustn't let this get wide here, you see, because it'll tend to want to get wide across here. So I've got to keep it in check. Six points of contact, you see, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good move to get the clay to go where you want it to go. So what I want to do here is, I've got one of these crappy needles. Throw away your needle tools, folks. If the needle's too thick, it is no good. Like this one is really almost too thick, but as I haven't got anything else here right now, I'm going to have to use it. It just isn't worth. Just get yourself a decent needle out of your sewing kit. Now, I like the feel of like a feeling of a rolled rim there, but I'm not going to actually roll the rim. I'm just going to put my fingernail in there like that, which is going to give the effect of a rolled rim, if you understand me. So now this is where the lamp fixture is going to locate. Just in there. Okay, so I'm now going down the bottom of the pot here, and I'm putting in an undercut, because this shape, you know, let's just see this one here while we're at it. You see, it's got this undercut here, and that's what I'm putting in down here now. Just using the side of my back off the speed a touch, using the side of my throwing stick here just to refine the shape. Now I could be using a kind of one of those stainless steel kidney ribs which I've got knocking around somewhere. Ooh. Dropped it. By the way, if you drop tools on the floor, you know what happens, don't you? They pick up all kinds of unmentionables. So if you do drop one of your tools on the floor, it can pick up grits and horrible things off the floor, and that can get into the clay and get into your wheel, so just watch out for that. You see, there's something to learn from everything, isn't there? Me throwing my tool on the floor. So there we are. Now I'm just having a look at the... Now if I had a mirror, I have got a mirror here, but it's a bit dirty. See, and if I need to give more fullness to this part, I stick my finger in and curve it right over. Okay, and I can give it more fullness here. It's sort of nice shape, this, because it's got a nice round concave there, but then it's convex there, and then that angle, it all sort of, they set each other off, don't they? Okay, I think we're there. So quickly, let's leather the fella. Leather the fella. Alright, gently leather him. Now what I want to do is, well, I want to be able to get this off the wheel easily, and I don't want to deform it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of newspaper like that, stop the wheel, just press the newspaper over there like that, comme ça. With that, now going to, with the wheel very slowly moving, cut the piece off, and we're just going to grab hold of him like this, and he should come off. Ha ha ha, there he is. Okay, well, just bring that camera over there, and you can see he's a smidgen smaller. Take the paper off. Take the paper off carefully. He's a little bit, he's just not quite so high, but he's a little bit fatter, just a touch fatter. Can you see that? But it's basically the same shape. You see, the same idea. I didn't take account of the height particularly when I was doing it. Anyway, there we are. Simon Leach saying, be illuminated, make some lamp bases, and keep practicing. Bye bye now.